Can you believe what we are seeing here based upon what he was as a college prospect and the fact and the quarterback he faced last night went 29 spots ahead of him in the same draft? Can you believe what we are seeing right now in a kid who seems as though he is sort of reshaping the sport before our eyes?
Yeah, I can believe what I'm seeing. I just didn't believe it would happen this fast or this quickly. And like you, Bobby, I watched him when he was at Louisville, and there were times he would sit in the pocket with no pressure and airmail a lot of balls. So we always talked about his passing ability or throwing in tight windows, and all of that has improved dramatically. It was like overnight, all of a sudden, he can throw in the tight windows. He has touch on the football. And, oh, by the way, he's fast as hell, and he scrambles and can still do all those amazing things. So for him to be doing it at this rate so quickly, I mean, it's phenomenal. I love it.
Lewis, you're an organization guy. So obviously a success of this magnitude, and this is one of the biggest stories we've had in the sport in a really long time. A lot of people get a lot of credit for this.
No doubt. And it starts at the very top with the people who selected him in the first place, with Ozzie Newsome, getting together with John Harbaugh, getting together with Steve Bisciotti, the owner, and saying, hey, look, when we take this young man, we have a very definitive plan from the first time we call him, how we're going to bring him along. And they have not deviated from it. Everybody has been on board with it. There's no reports sneaking out of this organization about, well, this coach didn't want him and this coach did, and they don't think he can learn the offense fast enough. You've heard none of that nonsense, and that's why the Ravens have won championships. That's why this kid, from year 1 to year 2, took it upon himself to kind of dispel a lot of myths about quarterbacks, which is, you can't improve accuracy. Well, especially outside the numbers, which I know there's a lot of people who talk about that, the stats are what they are. Last year, he struggled throwing the ball down the field, plus 15, plus 20 outside the numbers. This year, he will gut you doing that. And that is a testament to him. He has taken that upon himself to go ahead and improve that in that area. But this organization has nailed the player development part of this, Greeny, in such a way that everybody's going to benefit this offseason. I can guarantee you that.
And so, part of that, you talked about, improving accuracy. I think a lot of us, when we watched him in college, part of the reason he wasn't as accurate, they didn't have great protection. They were asking him to do a lot of things. He's running around, he's scrambling, so that's going to have some off-target throws. You have heat on you all the time. And my younger brother was a strength coach there with Louisville. And so I talked to him last night because I'm watching this, and I almost still can't believe when you watch him make these throws. He goes, listen, in practice, we'd be sitting in these situations like this where 7-on-7, there's no pass rush. He'd rip that stuff off all the time. Like, he has a strong arm. He has an accurate arm. I don't think he was ready to play last year, and I don't think they were really prepared to play him. And then the season kind of turned sideways, so it's all of a sudden, hey, now it's your show, when he was probably planning on sitting and developing a little bit more and then moving him in this year to kind of do something.
Yeah, I mean, remember, Joe Flacco was the starter, so how many reps was Lamar actually getting? How much time was he getting from the coaching staff? I mean, these people are dedicated to him now.
And that's the point.
That's it.
That was the beauty of it. They let him go through his growing pains on the field.
Sure.
Right? He didn't have time to practice, as you said. They threw him into the starting lineup, and then he was like, well, we're going to have the ups and downs. He had those ups and downs, and now it's all up.
And the downs have been comparatively very few. I mean, what is his record as a starting quarterback, Kemba? It's ridiculous. And, oh, by the way, I feel the need to keep saying this. Joe Burrow is going to win the Heisman Trophy as a collegiate tomorrow. He's older than Lamar Jackson is. Lamar Jackson is younger than Joe Burrow is. He's still that young. So it is incredible. What is happening is an unbelievable, improbable NFL story when you consider.
Give him the MVP. Give it to him. Give him the MVP. Let's stop the debate. He's winning the MVP.
Correct. They could just take it to his house right now.
Yes.
And the joy that every single member of that team seems to be taking in playing with him and surrounding and supporting him is evident for everyone to see. They're the team to beat in the AFC. Of that, there is no doubt. The question that I would have, and we pointed it out during the highlight, the one scramble where he takes the big hit, you sit there and you think to yourself, we just can't have that, right? Two more games. Comparatively meaningless, we can't have that.
Right, exactly. And look, I think it was Greg Roman or someone alluded to the fact that, and it was Greg Roman, he alluded to the fact that, look, Lamar, when he actually is controlling the action, meaning he's out on the perimeter and he's running the football, is when he's really safest, because that's where he kind of can keep his eyes on who's coming after him. He can kind of duck, dodge, get out of bounds when he needs to. But see, and sometimes when you're in traffic like this and you're in the briar patch, so to speak, you're going to take some shots like this. And this is what we all worry about. We just don't want him getting caught in a compromising position where all of a sudden you're talking about, oh, my God.
Because I'm looking over at John Vilma, who has an angry face just sitting here doing television. I can't imagine what it was like on the football field. And I'm imagining, if you're that linebacker sizing him up on that play, you're not sitting there thinking, boy, this young man is a great story. You're trying to.
Oh, of course.
Right?
I'm trying to get a nice shot on him. I'm trying to get him out because he is the Baltimore Ravens offense, and you look at it and you say, if I can get a clean shot on him, I'm definitely going to take my chance.
To Vilma's point, like we talk about the corners turning it back inside. Yeah. Like if you're an inside guy, a defensive lineman, a lineman, you're running every play of the game.
You're praying it gets turned in.
Praying for that one shot where he cuts back and you're able to hit him. And not that you're trying to hurt him.
That's right, but that's legal.
It's a much different game with RG3.
You're trying to hurt him. It's all clean. It's all legal. You are trying to. You want him out of the game.
Yeah, you're making him not want to run the football.
Yeah, let's not act like we want to like help him up and be like, hey, you're okay. Like, no, you're kicking my butt right now. I need you out.
To be fair, you're trying to hurt him, not injure him, right?
I mean, that's right.
That's the way the sport. It's called football.
That's right.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.